Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Sunday edition of 6 Stories at 6. Let's get you started with all the stories that have set the national agenda today. Starting with story number 1. At least 25 lives have been lost in a midnight blaze at Birch by Romeo Lane in Goa. It was a nightclub. This has triggered, we learned, by a gas cylinder explosion that trapped dancers and staff in the area and suffocating smoke. Eyewitness described chaos as flames erupted on the dance floor. The next story that we're tracking again is about how there were glaring safety violations that have now been exposed, including no fire NOC, basement, kitchen, dead ends and unauthorized operations, as the nightclub's manager and owner face arrest for culpable homicide. Over 1,000 IndiGo flights, ladies and gentlemen, have been axed in a single day again due to crew shortages and new pilot rest rules stranding thousands at airports during the peak holiday rush. We will tell you the stories of those IndiGo flights that never took off. And about the government has slapped the fare caps from 7,500 to 18,000 on domestic routes to curb the post-IndiGo chaos spikes, but the stranded flyers have been crying foul as tickets still, however, double the limit hours after the orders. Meanwhile, Navjot Singh Sidhu's camp are hinting at a comeback if Congress dangles the Chief Minister post, exposing deep factional wounds as his wife laments infighting, sidelining loyalists. And also what you're tracking on 6 Stories at 6 is how the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar's cryptic call for readiness amid Chief Minister Siddharamaya's health woes fuels speculation yet again of a leadership swap to steady the government's wobbly footing. 6 stories that have been lined up for you, starting first up with a detailed note on the first story. A fun night of music and dance turned into a scene of death and despair in North Goa. A massive fire ripped through a packed club in Arpora, killing at least 25 people. Eyewitnesses describe hearing a loud noise, a loud explosion, followed by plumes of smoke and panic as people ran for their lives. Most victims died of suffocation after being trapped in the basement. Authorities have ordered a probe into safety lapses as families mourn the dead ones.
A weekend party night turned fatal in Goa. "25 lives lost as North Goa's popular nightclub, Birch by Romeo Lane, had a massive blaze, trapping those present inside. 4 of them were tourists, while 19 were staff members of the club, even as some remain yet to be identified. This is how it began. The video from a dance floor captures chaos at the nightclub moments before the fire erupted. Watch this chilling footage from inside the club, captured the moment flames erupted from the ceiling above the dancer on the stage, with thick smoke quickly filling the area. Fire broke out at around 12:04 a.m. The blaze, believed to have started on the dance floor, allegedly due to a cylinder blast, rapidly spread, trapping many inside. Eyewitnesses described hearing a massive explosion. Panic spread within seconds as the fire engulfed the entire nightclub, leaving no clear escape.
मैं एक्चुअली घर पे जा रहा था, तभी देखा कि आवाज़ आया फ्लैश का वगैरह, तो मैंने देखा कि मेरे एक्चुअली नियर बाई घर है इधर, मैंने देखा तो अभी आग जल रहा है। एक्चुअली मोस्टली क्या होता है इधर, कभी पटाखे जलते हैं, कुछ फंक्शन होता है वगैरह, तो उतना ये मतलब हम लोग ने इतना वो चीज़ नहीं लिया.
Victims were trapped in the basement, succumbing to suffocation from the heavy smoke. Security guards near the scene reported the explosion and chaos, while families of the victims, including relatives from Jharkhand and Delhi.
पूरा जलने लगा, वही देखा फिर कोई कितना 23 लोग मर गया बोलते हैं, वो डेड बॉडी सब देखा।
ये तो मैं नहीं देखने गया,
बट कैसे
एलाउ नहीं था हम लोग का जाने का। गेट पे
आप गेट पे ही था?
मैं गेट पे था।
और कितना टूरिस्ट लोग भी आए थे?
हाँ, टूरिस्ट भी थे।
कितना रहेगा टूरिस्ट अंदाज?
ये तो मिनिमम हमको तो पता नहीं है।
एंट्री हुआ था, शो था क्या था?
हाँ, शो था। कल ये था, कुछ डीजे डांसर आने वाली थी।
स्पेशल डांसर।
Tourists staying nearby also witnessed the frightening aftermath in the dead of the night, expressing shock at the tragedy.
The moment we came here, so we thought, okay, why there is a pollution here, because we are used to of seeing smoke everywhere. So we thought it's not normal. So after some time we got to know, okay, there has been a fire.
Authorities have launched a detailed probe into the potential safety lapses, including fire clearance, emergency exits, overcrowding, basement access, and use of pyro guns. The owner of the nightclub is absconding, and the staff members, families of the victims are demanding answers.
अभी रिसेंटली गांव से आया, नवंबर 27 तारीख को आया। अभी 3 दिन 4 दिन हुआ काम का करके उसका।
3 दिन से काम?
3 दिन।
बर्च नाइटक्लब में काम?
हाँ, काम कर रहा था, हाउसकीपिंग जॉब कर रहा था।
हाउसकीपिंग कर रहा था। आपकी कुछ बात हुई थी उनसे?
उससे बात नहीं हुई, तो को मेरा काजन उसका भाई फ़ोन किया था रात को, ऐसा प्रॉब्लम हो गया। सुबह 4 बजे फ़ोन आया था।
उनके भाई का आपको कॉल आया था आसाम से?
हाँ, कासम से फ़ोन आया था।
आप भी यहीं पे काम करते हैं?
हाँ, मैं यहाँ पे काम करता हूँ।
आप अभी अंदर जाके आए?
हाँ, देख के आया उसका।
आपने पहचाना?
हाँ, पहचाना।
कैसे?
उसका मुंह में धुआं लगा है और थोड़ा नाक से ऐसा खून आया है।
So far, in the preliminary action, FIR has been registered against the 2 owners, Saurabh and Gaurav Luthra, and the managers of the club have been arrested. Meanwhile, the Congress has accused Goa government of a planned murder, sparking yet another political row.
Ladies and gentlemen, a devastating fire at the Birch Club in Arpora, North Goa turned into a Bollywood-themed night into a tragedy, claiming 25 lives, which included 4 tourists and 19 staff members and injuring 6 people. There are new footages now that show flames erupting from the roof during a pyro show, triggering chaos and suffocation inside the packed venue. The Chief Minister of Goa, Pramod Sawant, confirmed that there are major safety lapses, saying that preliminary findings have showed how the club did not follow the norms and was operating despite the violations. But the question really, ladies and gentlemen, is then, if the government has confirmed that there were safety violations, if the government has confirmed that there were lapses, who is to be now held responsible for the death of the 25 innocent people?
A Bollywood night of celebration turned deadly when Birch Club in Arpora, North Goa turned into a fire trap. It all started with a spark. Panic spread within seconds. New footage from inside the Birch Club shows a singer mid-performance when flames burst out of the roof during a pyro show. A night meant for enjoyment sadly claimed the lives of 25 people and left 6 injured. 4 tourists and 19 staff members among those who perished. 3 died from burn injuries. The rest suffocated as thick smoke filled the tightly packed nightclub. Hinting at safety lapse, Goa's Chief Minister Pramod Sawant indicated that the nightclub had not followed the safety norms.
Dr. Sawant, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. I want to straight away begin by asking you that the Panchayat had already raised concerns about rules not being followed by the nightclub. Despite that, the operations continued. Is there any reason why the Goa government looked the other way?
एट प्रेजेंट हमने इसके खिलाफ मैजिस्ट्रियल इंक्वायरी लगाई है। तो मैजिस्ट्रियल इंक्वायरी का रिपोर्ट आने के बाद भी इस पर मैं कमेंट कर सकूंगा, क्योंकि किसने ट्रेड लाइसेंस दिया और किसने इसको, ये बाद में पता चलेगा।
डॉक्टर सावंत, प्रिलिमिनरी जो इन्फॉर्मेशन आपके पास आई है उससे आपको क्या जानकारी मिल रही है कि आखिरकार ये क्या कारण हो सकता है? क्योंकि कुछ लोग ये कह रहे थे कि कुछ पायरोज विजुअल्स हो रहे थे, कुछ प्रोग्राम चल रही थी, उस वक्त आग लगी।
जी हाँ,
आपके पास इस वक्त
आपने सही कहा। इस कुछ तो पैरोल्स कुछ तो वहाँ पे लगे थे, तो क्लब के ऊपर वाले हॉल में आग लगी और वहाँ से लोग बाहर एक ही दरवाजे से जो निकलना था, वो ज्यादा लोग बाहर निकल आए, लेकिन जो लोग उनके ग्राउंड फ्लोर में चले गए वो सफोकेशन के वजह से उनकी डेथ हो गई है। ये प्रिलिमिनरी इंक्वायरी तो आई है। इसके 25 लोगों की डेथ हो गई है, 6 लोग अभी एडमिटेड है, दे आर आउट ऑफ डेंजर, उनकी ट्रीटमेंट अच्छी तरह से चल रही है। तो फिर बाकी तो जो रिपोर्ट आएगा उसके अनुसार हम स्ट्रिक्टली एक्शंस विल टेक अगेंस्ट दैट क्लब ओनर एंड क्लब मैनेजर्स।
एक आखिरी सवाल डॉक्टर सावन करना चाहूंगा कि आखिरकार जब आप देखें कि कई सारे रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस को फ्लाउट किया गया है प्रिलिमिनरी इंफॉर्मेशन के तहत, आप अगर देखें, आप किसको जिम्मेदार ठहराएंगे? क्योंकि जिस तरह से आपके सरकार के ऊपर आरोप लग रहे हैं,
रिपोर्ट आने के बाद ही इसके ऊपर बात करना उचित, रिपोर्ट आने के बाद ही इसके ऊपर बात करना उचित रहेगा। वी आर वेटिंग फॉर द रिपोर्ट। थैंक यू।
A magisterial inquiry to examine fire safety compliance, building norms and alleged illegal operations has been ordered. The club's controversial history has also come to light. A demolition order was issued against Birch Club a month ago, calling the structure illegal. But the club approached high authorities and managed to stay the order. Meanwhile, the Congress still continues to politicize the heart-wrenching incident.
मुख्यमंत्री कल रात में हमने देखा कि ऑन रिकॉर्ड उन्होंने बोला है कि दिस इज अ डेंजरस सिचुएशन एंड पीपल आर नॉट फॉलोइंग द नॉर्म्स। इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब है कि गोवा राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री ने स्वीकार किया है कि उसकी एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन फेल हो चुकी है। वी डिमांड दैट द चीफ मिनिस्टर and all the ministers involved in giving the permissions to this, whether it is illegal, legal, we don't know, they have to resign immediately on moral and political grounds because 25 innocent लोगों की जान गई है।
So far, in the preliminary action, FIR has been registered against 2 owners, Saurabh and Gaurav Luthra, and others from the management. A night meant for music and celebration turned into one of Goa's darkest tourism tragedies.
And moving on to the other stories that we are tracking, the IndiGo flight cancellation crisis. It has triggered by inadequate rostering for the new DGCA pilot rest regulations, dragged into its 6th consecutive day with hundreds of passengers still stranded at the major airports like Delhi, Mumbai and Bengaluru despite the airline's promises of stabilization. CEO Peter Elbers apologized for the severe disruptions that have now led to over 2,500 total cancellations since December 2nd, prompting the government intervention, including fare caps, as the aviation watchdog issued a show-cause notice to the carrier amid calls for regulatory penalties over what critics dubbed India's worst aviation meltdown in years. Operations are projected to be normalized by December 10th or 15th, but the fiasco has exposed the deep-seated manpower planning flaws in the low-cost giant that dominates 2/3 of the domestic traffic. After a week of mass cancellations and travel chaos, IndiGo claims that it has restored a majority of its network. The airline claims to have over 95% of its routes back, giving many stranded travelers a chance to resume their journeys. Yet, at major airports, the fallout is still visible. Long queues at check-in counters, frustrated and stranded passengers, and over 220 flights cancelled this morning at Delhi and Mumbai alone. From Delhi to Guwahati, travelers told the same story. Last-minute cancellations, no affordable alternatives, and days of uncertainty.
आज फ़्लाइट कैंसिल हो गई। कल इवनिंग को ही खबर आया। आज मेरा फ़्लाइट था टू कैलकाटा एट 7:20 एंड कल इवनिंग को ही खबर आया कि फ़्लाइट कैंसिल हो गया। अभी यहाँ पे आके फिर कौन सा फ़्लाइट अवेलेबल है, क्या है, वो सब खोज खबर लेना पड़ा. एंड इंडिगो से पूछने से उनका ऑपरेशंस पूरा बंद है. एंड इफ़ आई गो टू अदर काउंटर्स लाइक एयर इंडिया, आकाशा, उनके भी लिमिटेड फ़्लाइट्स हैं, और अगर है भी तो इट्स वेरी कॉस्टली, इट्स नॉट अफोर्डेबल. अभी जो भी मुझे मिला कल का मिला है, बहुत मुश्किल से मिला है. फिर अभी मैं फिगर कर रहा हूँ कहाँ रहना है यहाँ पे. सो इट इज़ बिकमिंग अ बिट टफ. ऑफिस वाले हैं हम लोग, तो वहाँ पे भी हम लोग को छुट्टी लेना पड़ रहा है.
With seats limited and demand spiking, other airlines have hiked their fares, forcing many. All right, we'll have to cut out of the detailed report to cut to something that's more important. Right now, the Chief Minister of Goa, Pramod Sawant, is briefing over the nightclub fiasco, the tragedy that claimed the lives of 25 people. Let's listen into what he's saying.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी हांच्यानी सकाळी 6 पयलीं म्हाका फोन केलो. पुरा इन्सिडन्साची त्यांनी चौकशी केली आणि हांवेनूय तांकां सगळें ब्रीफ केलें. ताज्या उपरांत रोखडेंच तांच्यांनी ह्या संदर्भात जे डेथ जाल्या तांच्या घरच्याक 2-2 लाख रुपया जाहीर केले. जे इंजर्ड जाल्ले आहा तांकां 50,000 रुपया तेंच्यांनी जाहीर केल्या. हाच्या इन्सिडन्साच्या उपरांत आमी सरकारा कडल्यान आमच्या डिजास्टर हातूंतल्यान 5 लाख रुपया तांच्या फॅमिलीक दिवपाचें थारायलां. जेंकां मेजर इंजरीज आसा तांकां 50,000 रुपया आमच्या सरकारा कडल्यान मेळटले. अशा पद्दतीचे इन्सिडन्स हे परत जावचे न्ही. बट जाल्ल्या इन्सिडन्साची सुद्दां मॅजिस्ट्रियल इन्क्वायरी करपा खातीर आमी डिस्ट्रिक्ट मॅजिस्ट्रेट नॉर्थ हाज्या सकयल ही कमिटी बसयल्या. तातूंतल्यान SP साउथ, डेप्युटी कलेक्टर फायर एंड एमर्जन्सी, डायरेक्टर फॉरेन्सिक्स हाजी कमिटी बसयल्या आणि त्या कमिटीच्या अंतर्गत तांच्यांनी एका विकाच्या भितर हो रिपोर्ट जो आसा विदीन 1 वीक तांणी सबमीट करचो पडटलो. नेक्स्ट आमी DGPक स्ट्रिक्टली इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स दिल्या की ह्या हातूंतल्यान आमी म्हणटा की कोण कोण कल्प्रीट आशिल्ले ह्या सगळ्या गजालींनी परमिशन्स दिल्या पासून ते ऑर्गनायज करी पर्यंत ते क्लब ओनर आसतलो किंवा ऑर्गनायझर्स आसतले किंवा तांकां जेणे परमिशन्स दिल्ली आसा त्या सगळ्या जाणांक जी एक्शन्स म्हणजे सगळी सेक्शन्स विशेष करून सेक्शन 125 आणि सेक्शन 287 ह्या सेक्शनाच्या अंतर्गत तांकां बूक करतले. ॲट प्रेझेंट 4 लोकांक अरेस्ट केल्या. तांचो जनरल मॅनेजर आणि तांचे 3 जाण लोक. बाकीच्यां कडेन इन्क्वायरी सुरू आसा. त्या क्लबाचे जे ओनर्स आसा ह्या दोगांय खातीर अरेस्ट वॉरंट काडला. अरेस्ट वॉरंट आनी ताका अरेस्ट करपा खातीर आमची टीम ही दिल्ली हांगासर गेल्या. आमी जशें म्हणटा की इन फ्युचर गोंयांत अशा पद्दतीचो इन्सिडंट जावचो न्ही. एखादो इन्सिडंट जाल्या उपरांत तो आय ओपनर ठरता. म्हणून सरकारान स्ट्रिक्टली सेक्रेटरी रेव्हेन्यू हाच्या अंतर्गत एक ऑडिट करपाचें थारायलां. ऑडिट ऑफ सच क्लब्स आनी बिजनेस एस्टाब्लिशमेंट. सेक्रेटरी रेव्हेन्यू हो त्या कमिटीचो चेअरमॅन आसतलो. ताच्या अंतर्गत वन फ्रॉम पुलीस डिपार्टमेंट, वन फ्रॉम द सेफ्टी पर्पज PWD बिल्डिंग्स डिपार्टमेंट आणि वन फ्रॉम द अवर फायनान्स डिपार्टमेंट. हे सगळें व्हेरीफाय केल्या उपरांत म्हणजे पुराय ऑडिट हे केलें वयतलें आणि ऑडिट केल्या उपरांत ताच्या खातीर SOP फ्रेम जातली आणि ही SOP जी आसा ही त्या अनुसार सगळ्या जाणांक चलोवचें पडटलें. गव्हर्मेंट विल इश्यू द एडवायजरी. अशा स्टेट डिजास्टर मॅनेजमेंट ऑथॉरिटी हाच्या अंतर्गत एडवायजरी इश्यू करतले आणि त्या एडवायजरीच्या अनुसार सेफ्टी प्रोविजन्स ही सगळ्या खातीर घेतले. आमी हे सगळें करता आसतना इवन दो द चीफ सेक्रेटरी आणि DGP हांच्यांनी कंप्लिटली जे ऑफिसर्स हातूंतल्यान इन्वॉल्व आसा अशा सगळ्या ऑफिसरांचेर डिसिप्लिनरी एक्शन्स आनी एरिंग ऑफिसर्स हांचेर कंप्लिटली थॉरो इन्वेस्टिगेशन जावन तांचेर इन्क्वायरी जावन तांचेर कडक एक्शन कितें जाता ती घेतली. So I have conveyed the urgent and high-level meeting today at the 12:15, and continuously I am discussing with all the concerned officers. So the Chief Secretary, DGP, IGP, Secretary Revenue, Collector North, SP have discussed regarding the cause of the incident, and after having the detailed discussions, I have taken the following decisions. 1. To conduct the magisterial inquiry through the committee comprising of the district magistrate, SP South, Deputy Collector of the Deputy Director of the Fire and Emergency Services, Director Forensics regarding the procedural lapses and resulted in the mischief, and to submit the report to the government within a week. DGP has directed to take the strict punitive actions against the culprit, including the owner, managers and manager of the club and those who have issued the permissions. The committee shall be, third one, the committee shall be constituted under the chairmanship of the Secretary Revenue for conducting the audit of such clubs. business establishment, etc., which are operating without a valid permissions and wherein there is a likelihood to be gathering of the people in large number. An SOP has framed by this committee for all such establishments to ensure such incident shall not repeated in future. The advisory to issue by SDMA for all club, restaurant and other commercial establishment wherein the likelihood of the significant footfall is there to ensure and they operate and with the valid permissions and adequate safety provisions. The ex gratia amount of the 5 lakhs rupees to the next to the kin of the deceased and the 50,000 rupees for the injured will be the sanction through the SDRF fund. The government shall provide a complete assistance to the next of the deceased for the transportation of the deceased to their home. Dedicated team comprising of the SDM, police and health authorities have been constituted for the same. I also directed the Chief Secretary and the DGP to take the disciplinary actions against the erring officers. जाल्ल्या घटनेचे म्हाका खूब खेद आसा की अशा पद्धतीची टुरिझम सेक्टरांतली ही सगळ्यात व्हडली घटना आसली. म्हाका वैयक्तीक लेवलाचेरूय बी हांव खूब मोठ्या प्रमाणात ह्या जी घटना जाली ताका लागून पर्सनली स्वता मॉनिटर करून जे कोण कल्प्रिट्स आसा ते भितर वयतले हाजी पर्सनली खात्री करून घेतलो.
If you could repeat this in English, what was the incident and when it was informed and what exactly was the cause behind the fire?
And was the structure legal? Did it have the requisite permission?
One by one. मैं पहले जो बता रहा हूँ ये इंसिडेंट्स यानी 11:45 रात को हुआ, आरपोरा यह जगह पे हुआ है और इंसिडेंट होने के बाद तुरंत within the 45 minutes our entire police team, fire department teams was there. It is very difficult for the fire departments to reach to that exactly to the club because of the various obstructions. But फिर भी यानी within half an hour जो फायर कंट्रोल वहाँ लेना था उन्होंने फायर कंट्रोल लिया और जब अंदर जाके उनको सिर्फ यानी 2 डेड बॉडी ऊपर दिखे इसीलिए उन्होंने पहले उसको सिर्फ 2 डेड बॉडी बताई लेकिन बाद में जब वो क्लब के अंडरग्राउंड गए तब उसको बाकी जो 23 डेड बॉडीज़ जो दिखे वो दिखे लेकिन अंदर वाले जो डेड बॉडीज़ थे उनके लिए कोई यानी फायर इंजरीज नहीं थे बिकॉज ऑफ द सफोकेशन से इंसिडेंट हुआ. मुझे लगता है कि जो प्रिलिमिनरी इंक्वायरी और प्रिलिमिनरी जो रिपोर्ट सामने आया है जो यानी इलेक्ट्रिकल फायर क्रैकर्स कुछ जो जलाते हैं विद इन द क्लब्स इसकी वजह से फायर उसको लगी और पूरे ऊपर से उनका पूरा क्लब उसको पहले पूरे आग लगी और बाद में कुछ लोग बाहर आ सके बाकी लोग जो बाहर नहीं आए इसलिए इंसिडेंस हुआ.
इस क्लब को डेमोलिशन नोटिस भी जारी की गई थी. आपके विधायक संकल्प आमोणकर ने इसके खिलाफ अपने असेंबली में आवाज उठाई. जीरो और मेंशन केला संकल्प. क्या ये इको सेंसिटिव जोन में बना हुआ एक क्लब है?
इसकी पूरी इंक्वायरी मेरे मैजिस्ट्रेट कर रहा है और उसका विद इन अ वीक रिपोर्ट आ जाएगा और जो आप अभी जो पूछ रहे हैं इसके बारे में मेरे दोनों टीम अभी इस बारे में आज ही कुछ लोगों को सस्पेंशन इशू हो जाएगा क्योंकि सीएस और सीएस की पूरी टीम इसकी इंक्वायरी कर रहे हैं. उसके पूरे रिपोर्ट अब तक हमारे हाथ में नहीं पहुंचे थे लेकिन जो आप बता रहे हैं कि उसके कुछ दिन के लिए उसके डेमोलिशन निकाली थी किसने उसका परमिशन दिया था परमिशन देने के बाद उसने फिर इसका ट्रेड लाइसेंस किसने दिया ट्रेड लाइसेंस के बाद यानी वो कंटिन्यू किसने रखा इसलिए मैंने कहा कि द कंसर्न टू ऑपरेट देने वाला उसके ऊपर स्टे देने वाले और उसको ट्रेड लाइसेंस देने वाले सभी ऑफिसर्स के इसमें कोई छूटने वाला नहीं है. उसको सस्पेंशन भी होगा और उनके खिलाफ पुलिस इंक्वायरी जारी रहेगी. आज एट प्रेजेंट मैंने बोला कि मैजिस्ट्रियल इंक्वायरी भी की है. मेरी पूरी टीम ब्यूरोक्रेसी की टीम उसकी इंक्वायरी कर रही है इसलिए यानी विदाउट फायर एनओसी भी समझो दी होगी किसी ने तो उसके खिलाफ भी स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन ली जाएगी. एफआईआर एट प्रेजेंट 4 लोगों को अरेस्ट किया है.
हाँ 4 लोगों को अभी तक इसमें अरेस्ट किया गया है जिसमें चीफ जनरल मैनेजर एंड 2 और मैनेजर लेवल के लोग हैं. एक राजीव मोदक मोदक.
He is chief general manager.
हाँ, he is chief general manager.
Okay, sir.
Then Vivek Singh, general manager. Rajiv Singhania. Vivek Singh.
Rajiv Singhania is also a general manager.
He is bar manager. And Priyanshu Thakur, who is gate manager. ये 4 लोगों को अभी FIR में ऑनर्स के ऊपर है. एंड इसमें 2 लोग हैं, सौरभ लूथरा एंड गौरव लूथरा, उनके अगेंस्ट में बाय नेम FIR.
उस पे FIR पे उनका एड्रेस क्यों नहीं डाला गया है?
ये FIR में जितना हम जब FIR कॉन्स्टिट्यूट तो हम लोग इमीडिएटली करते हैं, तो उस समय जितनी जानकारी हमें अवेलेबल होती है और उसके बाद बाकी इन्वेस्टिगेशन में डेफिनेटली उनके खिलाफ.
और भी क्लब गोवा में है क्या, उन पर भी एक्शन हो रहा है क्या, उनकी भी इंक्वायरी हो रही है वहाँ, या वो अभी सामान्यतः वहाँ पे एक्टिविटी होती रहेगी?
रोमियो लेन की जो दूसरा क्लब गोवा में है वो सीज कर चुके हैं, हम ऑलरेडी उसको सील किया है.
सर विरोधकांनी असा आरोप केलाय की सरकार आपल्या माध्यमातून अनधिकृत अशा पद्धतीचे नाईट क्लब चालवत आहे.
तुमच्या राजीनाम्याची सुद्धा मागणी केली थी.
सरकार कभी भी इस तरह के अनधिकृत नाइट क्लब को प्रमोट नहीं कर रहे, इसीलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ कि ऑफिशियल परमिशन जिनके पास सभी रहते हैं उनके लिए ही अलाउ है, और इससे आगे भी हम इसी तरह के कोई यानी विदाउट परमिशंस कोई भी रेस्टोरेंट या क्लब यहाँ पे नहीं चला सकते.
सर, इस क्लब को लेकर जो सरपंच है स्थानीय, उसने 1 साल पहले ही बताया था कि इनलीगल रूप से ये क्लब संचालित किया जा रहा था. आज आप एक बार आपकी जर्नलिज्म के थ्रू देख लो कि उसको ट्रेड लाइसेंस के किसकी साइन है, वो भी आप एक बार देख लो, आपको पता चलेगा.
लास्ट टाइम एक केस चल्ली अंजुना हाऊस डेमोलिशनाची, त्यांना पूजा शर्मान केन्नाच अरेस्ट जावना. तशें ह्या फावटी दोनूय एक्यूज अरेस्ट जातले. ओनर जे
100% जिसकी FIR में नाम है उन दोनों को अरेस्ट हम करेंगे, और इंक्लूडिंग इवन दो जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर जो इसमें कल्प्रिट है उनके खिलाफ भी स्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन ली जाएगी.
You said that there were 2 dead bodies outside and then there were others in the kitchen. So are you saying that only 2 died of the burn injuries and remaining died of the suffocation? Are you clearly
इट इज अभी तो हमारे पुलिस और फायर ऑफिसर्स ने बताया, क्योंकि उन्हें देखने के बाद भी, क्योंकि उनको मेजर फायर इंजरी जो 2 डेड बॉडी के ऊपर थी और बाकी जो सभी थे वो किचन में थे.
शिरगांव स्टेटमेंट झाले आणि आता ही घडणूक झाली. सो हे लोक म्हणतात की हे असे जाता 2 व्हडल्यो घडणुको जाल्या. तुमच्या प्रशासन असो पुलीस असो हाचेर मोठे प्रश्न आता निर्माण जातात. सो ताचेर तुम्ही कितें सांगता?
हांवें सांगला आयचो इन्सिडंट जो जालो त्याच्या बद्दल हांवूय खेद व्यक्त करता. म्हाकाय खूब वायट दिसला की हो इन्सिडंट जावपाक जायनासलो. गोंयच्या टुरिजम इतिहासांतलो तसो पळोवंक वचत जाल्यार हो व्हडलो ह्या पद्दतीचो इन्सिडंट आसा. त्या खातीर आमी पुराय हाजी इन डिटेलान आज दीसभर वेगवेगळ्या पद्दतीची हाजी हें केलां, आनी त्या खातीर सांगलां की प्रशासनांतलो जो जबाबदार आसतलो तो म्हणजे त्याच्या खातीर स्ट्रिक्ट जाता तितकी एक्शन्स जी आसा तेजेर घेतले.
एक्शन घेतले म्हणून, पूण शिरगांवचो रिपोर्ट येवन रिप्लाय घेवन सुद्दां अजून तांचेर एक्शन कांयच ना.
शिरगांवचो ऑलरेडी रिपोर्ट हो आसा, ताजेर हांव परत
सरकार काय भूमिका घेणार आहे या घटनेवर?
सरकार या घटनेकडे एकदम सिरियसली बघते आणि सरकार या घटनेच्यामध्ये जे जे दोषी आहेत त्या सगळ्या दोषींच्यावरती कडक कारवाई करेल आणि त्यांना बिहाइंड द बार पाठवेल. नॉट अ सिंगल पर्सन विल लेफ्ट.
कोण आहे त्याचं नाव देखील अजून आलेलं नाहीये.
आत्ता सांगितलं त्या दोघांची सांगितलं.
सर, विरोधक असं म्हणतायत की तुम्ही राजीनामा द्यावा, मोठ्या प्रमाणात विरोधक मागणी करतायत.
तुम्ही विरोधकांच्या
कहाँ के रहने वाले हैं? कहाँ के रहने वाले हैं?
ओनर ऑफ
हाँ, दिल्ली के रहने वाले गौरव लूथरा एंड सौरभ लूथरा दिल्ली के रहने वाले हैं, और उनका बाय नेम FIR में उनका नाम है. दिल्ली के रहने वाले.
वो अभी क्या दिल्ली में है सर इस वक्त?
अभी वो इन्वेस्टिगेशन में हम लोग कर रहे हैं और वी आर ट्राइंग टू अरेस्ट देम एज सून एज पॉसिबल.
वो कहाँ पे है इस वक्त?
थैंक यू.
इन्वेस्टिगेशन का डिटेल.
Well, that was Goa Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant on the tragedy that has hit Goa's nightclub Birch. 25 people have been killed in this fire tragedy, viewers. 25 people have been killed and 7 are injured in this massive blaze that engulfed the nightclub. In fact, Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant has also said that an arrest warrant has been issued against the owners of the Arpora nightclub. Remember, viewers, the manager of the club has been arrested. However, the 2 owners remain absconding. A devastating fire broke out at Birch by Romeo Lane nightclub in Goa around 12:04 a.m. on December 7th. It claimed 25 lives, it injured 6 others. The fire is believed to have started on the dance floor, spreading rapidly and trapping many inside. The moment of the blaze was captured in a chilling video from inside the club. Take a look at these visuals.
A fun-filled party in Goa turned fatal. Goa's popular nightclub, Birch by Romeo Lane, has been completely gutted by a huge fire. At least 25 people have died, including 4 tourists and 19 staff members in the deadly fire. These are the final moments inside the Goa nightclub just before the deadly fire erupted. The video from a dance floor captures the chaos at Goa nightclub moments before the fire erupted. The video captures the ceiling erupting in flames right above the dance performance on stage while the show was still on. The clip shows a female belly dancer performing on a small raised platform inside the club. Around 10 seconds into the video, bright flames erupt from the ceiling directly above the dancer. Within few more seconds, the fire spreads across the ceiling. The dancer and other musicians turn around and run as the flames intensify, with thick smoke already visible by the time the video cuts out. However, there is no visible sign of fire safety equipment activating at the moment the blaze breaks out. Preliminary probe indicates that the nightclub had not complied with required fire safety standards. Several videos from the spot showed the blaze engulfing near every part of the establishment. The fire broke out at Birch Nightclub around 12:04 last night and took around 3 hours to be under control.
Before we move further, ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a quick recap of what Goa CM Pramod Sawant had to say on this tragedy. Take a look.
इसीलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ क्योंकि जिसके ऊपर यानी इसी क्लब और बाकी के ऊपर ही हम स्ट्रिक्टली एक्शन ले रहे हैं.
सर ओनर्स के
FIR हमने रजिस्टर्ड किया है, उनको हम अरेस्ट करेंगे.
उसके लिए टीम्स कहाँ भेजी गई है सर?
दिल्ली भेज गई है.
This was Goa CM Pramod Sawant. He's saying that teams has been sent to Delhi for the arrest of owners and FIR has been registered. Apart from that, 4 others are also arrested in this case, including the Chief General Manager and General Manager of the Birch Nightclub, wherein the massive fire incident took place. This is Swarali reporting for Republic Goa with Moin.
Well, that was Swarali, my colleague, getting us some exclusive details. We just spoke to Goa CM Pramod Sawant and he reiterates that while the manager has been arrested, they continue to look out for the owners who continue to be absconding. He has reiterated, he has vowed stringent action on those responsible for this massive tragedy. All right, joining me live is my colleague Swarali. Swarali, you just spoke to the Goa Chief Minister. Tell us what he said. He has, in fact, as per the reports that are coming in, he has reiterated, he has vowed that action will be taken. What else could you gather from the ground, Swarali?
Yes, that's true. When we tried to talk to Goa CM Pramod Sawant, he has said that the team had been sent to Delhi to arrest the owners and FIR has been registered. On the other hand, 4 other people have been arrested, including Chief General Manager and General Manager of Birch Nightclub, wherein the massive fire incident had taken place. On the other hand, a magisterial inquiry will be set up, including the collector and the other dignitaries will also be included, and most importantly the report will have to be submitted in 1 week to the government, and they are saying that whoever is included, all the officers those are included in giving permissions to that may be the fire safety permission or trade permission to this illegal nightclub which was functioning, all the officers will be suspended soon, and strict action will be taken. On the other hand, injured will be compensated with 50,000 rupees. On the other hand, deceased family will be given rupees 2 lakh. That's what CM has informed us. Back to you.
Well, certainly, Swarali, thank you for getting us those updates. And also, since you were reporting from outside the medical college, if you could tell our viewers who are tuning in right now, what is the status? Have the families reached the medical college? Have they claimed the bodies of their loved ones yet?
Yes, that's true. We are continuously tracking the story since morning, and we have been gathering all the updates. From what we are collecting from on ground is that slowly the families and relatives of the deceased have started to pour in, and the process of post-mortem is about to be completed. On the other hand, the process to recognize these bodies is ongoing, as CM himself has informed us that only 2 people have died because of the burn injuries. On the other hand, 23 of them have suffocated due to they went down to the kitchen area to take a shelter, and at that time suffocation had happened. So the 4 of the tourists are from Delhi. Rest others are the staff members who are working in this hotel, and they belong to Uttarakhand, Jharkhand, Bihar, and also Nepal. So their families have started coming in. On the other hand, CM has informed us that all the arrangements to inform the family and to send the dead bodies back to respective states or even to Nepal, all the arrangements are done.
Well, certainly. Thank you, Swarali, for getting us those updates. We are, of course, very, very closely tracking the story. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to another breaking news that we are tracking here. IndiGo continues to be at the heart of one of its worst aviation crises. In fact, IndiGo CEO Peter Elber has now issued a statement. He has said, and I quote, "I'm standing here at IndiGo's Operations Control Center in Gurugram. As you can see in the background, my colleagues are working relentlessly to further stabilize and normalize the operation." He has also said, and I quote again, "For me, they symbolize the unwavering spirit, professionalism and incredible commitment of everyone at CEO. Once again, my sincerest appreciation for the great work each and every one of you is doing." Listen in to what CEO Peter Elber had to say.
Center in Gurgaon. As you can see the bus going on in the background, my colleagues here are working relentlessly to further stabilize and normalize the IndiGo operation. For me, they symbolize the unwavering spirit, professionalism and incredible commitment of all at IndiGo. Once again, my sincerest appreciation for the great work each and every one of you is doing. In my earlier messages, I conveyed we would be rebooting the system Friday, take a significant number of cancellations and start afresh on Saturday. That has worked well by operating some 1,500 flights yesterday as compared to only 700-ish on Friday. Also, we have been able to execute the cancellations at an earlier stage, so customers don't show up at the airport in case their flights are being cancelled. It gives us all the confidence that step by step we're getting back. Today we realize further improvements of the system in order to reach around 1,650 flights. A better OTP, less cancellations, and importantly, customers are being notified in advance. Today's OTP is projected around 75%, significantly up from 30% yesterday. The network coverage has been restored with 137 stations operated. Also for our customers, all processes around refunds, luggage, rebooking are in full swing, and we're actually reducing the backlog as we go forward. The last days have been very difficult for the people in Operation Control Center, for all the teams supporting them, for our pilots and cabin crew with delayed flights, disrupted rosters and so on. Kindly allow me to make a special shout out to our AOCS staff who had to face a very tough situation at the airports, especially on December 5th when customers were stranded. I am grateful to everyone. Also, I would like to highlight that we are receiving and do much appreciate the support from aviation ecosystem in India, the government, DGCA, CISF, BCAS and airports. All of us, and I personally, feel the pain of our customers. are deeply apologetic and addressing their needs, which is and will remain our topmost priority. We are grateful for their support and appreciation as we also see and receive heartwarming messages from customers on the hard work of our colleagues are doing in many places, on board and on the ground. I want to convey that too. Once again, thank you for all your efforts and hard work. I'm confident that we will emerge stronger from here. Thank you. December 7th. I'm standing here at IndiGo's Operations Control Center in Gurgaon. As you can see the bus going on in the background, my colleagues here are working relentlessly to further stabilize and normalize the IndiGo operation. For me, they symbolize the unwavering spirit, professionalism and incredible commitment of all at IndiGo. Once again, my sincerest appreciation for the great work each and every one of you is doing. In my earlier messages, I conveyed we would be rebooting the system Friday, take a significant number of cancellations and start afresh on Saturday. That has worked well by operating some 1,500 flights yesterday as compared to only 700-ish on Friday. Also, we have been able to execute the cancellations at an earlier stage, so customers don't show up at the airport in case their flights are being cancelled. It gives us all the confidence that step by step we're getting back. Today we realize further improvements of the system in order to reach around 1,650 flights. A better OTP, less cancellations and importantly, customers are being notified in advance. Today's OTP is projected around 75%, significantly up from 30% yesterday. The network coverage has been restored with 137 stations operated. Also for our customers, all processes around refunds, luggage, rebooking are in full swing and we're actually reducing the backlog as we go forward. The last days have been very difficult for the people in Operation Control Center, for all the teams supporting them, for our pilots and cabin crew with delayed flights, disrupted rosters and so on. Kindly allow me to make a special shout out to our AOCS staff who had to face very tough situation at the airports, especially on December 5th when customers were stranded. I am grateful to everyone. Also, I would like to highlight that we are receiving and do much appreciate the support from aviation ecosystem in India, the government, DGCA, CISF, BCAS and airports. All of us, and I personally, feel the pain of our customers, are deeply apologetic and addressing their needs, which is and will remain our topmost priority. We are grateful for their support and appreciation as we also see and receive heartwarming messages from customers on the hard work of our colleagues are doing in many places, on board and on the ground. I want to convey that too. Once again, thank you for all your efforts and hard work. I'm confident that we will emerge stronger from here. Thank you. December.
Well, that was IndiGo CEO Peter Elber's video statement. Ladies and gentlemen, there is some relief today for air travelers after days of chaos. IndiGo operations are showing signs of stabilizing. But here's the thing, viewers, the damage has been done. Thousands of passengers still remain stranded, flights still remain cancelled, and the airfares are only soaring. The aviation regulator has in fact fired off show cause notices and has also launched a probe. Take a look at this report. After a week of mass cancellations and travel chaos, IndiGo claims that it has restored a majority of its network. The airline claims to have over 95% of its routes back, giving many stranded travelers a chance to resume their journeys. Yet, at major airports, the fallout is still visible. Long queues at check-in counters, frustrated and stranded passengers, and over 220 flights cancelled this morning at Delhi and Mumbai alone. From Delhi to Guwahati, travelers told the same story. Last-minute cancellations, no affordable alternatives, and days of uncertainty.
आज फ़्लाइट कैंसिल हो गई. कल इवनिंग को ही खबर आया. आज मेरा फ़्लाइट था टू कैलकाटा एट 7:20 एंड कल इवनिंग को ही खबर आया कि फ़्लाइट कैंसिल हो गया. अभी यहाँ पे आके फिर कौन सा फ़्लाइट अवेलेबल है, क्या है, वो सब खोज खबर लेना पड़ा। एंड इंडिगो से पूछने से उनका ऑपरेशंस पूरा बंद है। एंड इफ़ आई गो टू अदर काउंटर्स लाइक एयर इंडिया, आकाशा, उनके भी लिमिटेड फ़्लाइट्स हैं, और अगर है भी तो इट्स वेरी कॉस्टली, इट्स नॉट अफोर्डेबल। अभी जो भी मुझे मिला, कल का मिला है, बहुत मुश्किल से मिला है। फिर अभी मैं फिगर कर रहा हूँ कहाँ रहना है यहाँ पे। सो इट इज़ बिकमिंग अ बिट टफ। ऑफिस वाले हैं हम लोग, तो वहाँ पे भी हम लोग को छुट्टी लेना पड़ रहा है।
With seats limited and demand spiking, other airlines have hiked their fares, forcing many to either pay steep premiums or scrap travel plans altogether. Recognizing the scale of disruption, the DGCA issued show cause notices to IndiGo's top leadership, including CEO Peter Elbus and the accountable manager, asking them to explain the massive operational failures within 24 hours.
और आज हमने देखा कि 4 दिन पहले जो सिचुएशन क्रिएट हुई देश में, जो क्योस हुआ, उसकी वजह यही थी कि इंडिगो ने, उनके मैनेजमेंट ने ये सीरियसली नहीं लिया। तो तुरंत उसके बाद मिनिस्ट्री हो या DGCA के माध्यम से हमने इमीडिएटली एक्शन ली है। सबसे पहले तो 4 लोगों की एक जांच समिति हमने अपॉइंट करी है। उसके बाद 24/7 एक कंट्रोल रूम तैयार किया गया है। ये सब पहले जैसी सेवा शुरू हो, इसलिए FDTL का जो आदेश था उसको फरवरी 2026 तक हमने स्थगित कर दिया है। DGCA ने इंडिगो के CEO को कल ही शोकॉज नोटिस दिया है, 24 आवर्स में उसका आंसर देना, इसलिए उनको बोला है और उनको नोटिस भी इशू किया है। ऐसे बहुत सारे निर्णय हमने इमीडिएटली ले लिए है। इस बारे में सरकार बिल्कुल गंभीरता से विचार कर रही है। जो जांच कमेटी अपॉइंट किए, उसका रिपोर्ट आने के बाद बिल्कुल उस पर कार्रवाई भी होगी।
The crisis stems largely from last-minute crew roster, chaos triggered by recently enforced pilot rest and duty time rules the airlines failed to factor in early enough. To prevent profiteering, the government imposed airfare caps on key routes.
राममोहन नायडू जी खड़े होकर के जवाब दिया और बताया कि ये तकनीकी दिक्कत है और इसको हम जल्दी दूर कर देंगे। उसके बाद आपने देखा होगा शनिवार को भी इम्प्रूवमेंट नजर आया, रविवार को भी इम्प्रूवमेंट नजर आया। आज मैं इसको देख रहा हूँ, मैंने आज भी मॉनिटरिंग की। तो अब धीरे धीरे इस परिस्थितियाँ सुधर रही है और जल्दी ही, और एक कंट्रोल भी किया है। आपने देखा होगा कि कुछ ऐसे एयरलाइंस थे जिन्होंने मनमाने तरीके से वो किराया बढ़ा दिया, उसको भी उन्होंने कहा इतने किलोमीटर पे इतनी राशि, इतने किलोमीटर पे इतनी राशि। इसका मतलब सरकार ने इस विषय को संवेदनशीलता के साथ, यात्री परेशान नहीं हो और जो तकनीकी खराबी आई है वो जल्दी ठीक हो, इस दिशा में कदम उठाएं।
Meanwhile, IndiGo tweeted that all pending refunds and compensation claims for cancelled or postponed travellers will be processed without any delay, and full waiver will be given for cancellations and reschedule requests for bookings. IndiGo says it is working to normalize operations, but with show cause notices issued, regulators and government watching closely and passengers demanding justice, this crisis may reshape how airlines manage crew, safety and customer rights. The fallout is still being tailed.
Viewers, we are getting in a breaking news that is coming in. This one is from Madhya Pradesh. Major success for security forces. 10 Maoists, including top KB division leader Kabir, surrendered in presence of Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Mohan Yadav. This, ladies and gentlemen, is being hailed as the largest Maoist surrender in Madhya Pradesh's history. The surrendered Maoists, comprising 6 men and 4 women, were part of the KB division of MMC zone. Kabir, the leader, with a bounty of rupees 77 lakh, was wanted across 3 states, viewers. Now, the surrender is being seen as a significant step towards ending red terror, ending Maoism in Balaghat, which has endured red terrorism for nearly 35 years. This is a big win, viewers, a big win for security forces. In fact, listen in to what Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Mohan Yadav had to say.
फोर्स और पूरा नक्सल विरोधी अभियान की सफलता का बहुत बड़ा दिन है।
मेरी अपनी ओर से यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्रीमान नरेंद्र मोदी जी, माननीय गृह मंत्री जी के उस आह्वान के लिए आज हमारी पुलिस ने बड़ा काम किया है, जिनमें डेडलाइन दी कि 2026 जनवरी तक हर हालत में या तो नक्सलवादी सरेंडर करे या उनको हम मैदान से समाप्त करेंगे। उसी अभियान में बीते दिनों 1 नवंबर को एक बड़ी नक्सल नेता सुनीता ने, जिस पर 17.5 लाख का इनाम था, सरेंडर किया था और मध्य प्रदेश के इतिहास का ये सबसे बड़ा सरेंडर आज हमारा यहाँ 10 अलग अलग सदस्यों द्वारा किया गया। फोर्स और पूरा नक्सल विरोधी अभियान की सफलता का बहुत बड़ा दिन है। मेरी अपनी ओर से यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री श्रीमान नरेंद्र मोदी जी, माननीय गृह मंत्री जी के उस आह्वान के लिए आज हमारी पुलिस ने बड़ा काम किया है, जिनमें डेडलाइन दी कि 2026 जनवरी तक हर हालत में या तो नक्सलवादी सरेंडर करे या उनको हम मैदान से समाप्त करेंगे। उसी अभियान में बीते दिनों 1 नवंबर को एक बड़ी नक्सल नेता सुनीता ने, जिस पर 17.5 लाख का इनाम था, सरेंडर किया था और मध्य प्रदेश के इतिहास का ये सबसे बड़ा सरेंडर आज हमारा यहाँ 10 अलग अलग सदस्यों द्वारा किया गया।
Ladies and gentlemen, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh inaugurated the Shlok Tunnel in Leh Ladakh. While addressing BRO person, Defence Minister referred to Operation Sindoor, saying that the world witnessed India's decisive response to Pakistan. Take a look at this report.
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh inaugurated the Shlok Tunnel in Leh Ladakh. Addressing the personnel of Border Roads Organisation, Rajnath Singh referred to Operation Sindoor's success, saying the world witnessed India's strength in response to the terror attack in Pahalgam.
मैं ऑपरेशन सिंदूर की चर्चा यहाँ पर जरूर करना चाहूँगा। अभी कुछ ही महीने पहले हमने देखा जब पहलगाम के दुर्दांत आतंकी हमले का जवाब देते हुए हमारी आर्म्ड फोर्सेस ने ऑपरेशन सिंदूर को प्रभावी तरीके से अंजाम दिया, तो आतंकियों का क्या हश्र किया ये दुनिया जानती है। वैसे करने को तो हम बहुत कुछ कर सकते थे, लेकिन हमारी सेनाओं ने पराक्रम के साथ साथ धैर्य का भी परिचय देते हुए उतना ही किया जितना कि आवश्यक था। इतना बड़ा ऑपरेशन इसलिए संभव हो पाया क्योंकि हमारी कनेक्टिविटी स्ट्रांग थी।
Rajnath Singh also paid tribute to the soldiers who sacrificed their lives in the line of duty and thanked the people of Ladakh for their continued support to the armed forces.
Well, ladies and